folks, how y'all doing? Happy Monday here at Mallett Building. We got a good show for you today. Our engineer, Pawpaw Darrell's here to talk to you. Want to congratulate our Louisiana State University, LSU, for that championship. All right, let's get this show started. So, like always, $500 discount every week to your military personnel, healthcare workers, educators, and first responders. If you're one of those people, make sure that you capture this discount, folks. We like to give this. We're proud of it. I'm not sure if our competitors do that. All right, Tiger Cash. If you want to upgrade to a signature or elite building, type in cash to one of the live shows like this one, and we'll give you $1,000 off. Referral program. Remember, talked to a lady today. She said, I love my building. I already referred you to 2 people. I told her today, I said, look, make sure those 2 people, when they buy their building, make sure that they tell us that you referred them to them, and we're going to give you $200 every time you send us somebody that wants to buy a building and purchases a building. So it's out there, folks. You can make money referring a building to the best builders in Southwest Louisiana or the United States, for that matter. We are here at Mallett, okay? About Mallett, as you know, 26 years of we've been in business. We are continuing to do upgrade our processes here, and we're going to continue to do that. We set the standard for post-frame construction. All right. So 26 years in business. We are fully licensed commercial and residential. Okay. We have no contract violations. You can look us up on the BBB and Google. We have over 500 reviews. Our competitors just can't say the same thing that we can. That's why we invite you to come do business with us. All right? Weekly sales. Now, I mean, folks, now's the time to grab these. We brought back the Value Series sales. Here we go. So you got a 30 by 30 by 12 for $19,999. That's $22 a square foot, folks. Very good pricing here. You got a 30 by 50 by 12 for $29,999. Okay? And you got a 40 by 60 by 12 for $47,999. That's $19.99 a square foot, folks. These prices are very, very aggressive. We put this package together the end of last week. We're going to hold this through this week for sure. We're not sure about next week, okay? So these prices are very, very aggressive. And remember, our value building is better than most of our competitors' best building. That's very important. You're going to get a 10 by 10 roll-up door in this value building, 136-inch walk-through door. You get a 4-year workmanship warranty, folks. You get this building is 130 mile an hour wind rating. 26 gauge metal is standard on our Value Series. Our competitors are going to use 29 gauge metal. They just can't compete. Okay, scissor truss standard on all of our buildings here at Mallett. Standard scissor truss. Our competitors are going to charge you for that. On this building, it's a 2 by 6, 4-inch 4,000 PSI concrete. Remember what I told you, 4,000 is 33% stronger than 3,000. Our competitors use 3,000. It costs more for the 4,000, but we set the standards here at Mallett. We're going to give you 4,000. Plus, we're going to add microfiber in there. It's going to strengthen it up even more. Our cable retention system. Nobody does that, folks. Why is that important? That's going to help tremendously. Superior to anything out there, that's going to help with the uplift of your building. So we're going to tie all your posts together, pour that concrete, and the weight of that concrete is going to hold all those posts with that cable, with that aircraft cable, and that's going to help tremendously with your uplift. Okay, and then today I want to explain something. So we had a customer, and he was unsure, so we put dry pack concrete under every post as a footing. Okay, the customer was a little worried that it wasn't wet concrete. It's going to eventually harden up, if not overnight, but we put dry pack concrete. That helps with that padding underneath that post. Okay, so these are very good specialists, folks. Our building specialists are downstairs. You can call them after hours. Somebody will answer the phone. They'll be answering the phone waiting for you to call. All right, now, our elite package. We are now have some extra benefits to buy this elite package. I'm going to tell you about it. So you got a 30 by 50 by 12 for $43,998, okay? This includes electrical now. This includes our basic electrical package in this price. That's a $7,500 value we're throwing in on that building. Told you, we're very aggressive this week. You got a 40 by 50 by 12 for $53,950. That is including electrical package in there. That electrical package is $10,000 value. We're throwing that in on you. So we're practically giving you a lot of money this week, folks. 40 by 60 by 12, $61,598. That electrical package that costs you $12,000. We're giving it to you this week on the Elite package, folks. Unbelievable here at Mallett. You know, we're trying to get you in. This is an unbelievable price for the Elite. Remember, the Elite, you get all the bells and whistles. Best building in the country. And now we're throwing in an electrical package in this Elite building. Okay? As we like to tell you, and we're proud of it, we do a lot for the community, and we do a lot for the state here. We're locally owned here in Iowa, Louisiana. We build our truss here. We're soon to roll our own metal here. We're a licensed engineer firm here. You're going to meet Papa Darrell in a minute. And look, this is all we can fit on the screen right now, but this is everything we give money to help our community. Proud of that, folks. We want to thank you because you help us do that. Our customers do. All right. Now, you know, when you shop at Mallett, you guaranteed quality. Okay. Number one, kiln dried lumber. I explained to you why it's important for kiln dried lumber. We pay extra for that. All right. You get a lifetime warranty on termites, rot, fungal decay, and of course rust. Okay. We take a customer first approach. We personalize service from concept to completion. We work around you folks here. We want to build the building that you want to put on your property, okay? The best way to do that is to go to our website, use our 3D modeling tool, do your building, lay out your floor plan, you know, where you want your roll-up door, where you want your walk-through door, push submit. Our building specialists are gonna get you a quote as soon as possible, okay? That's what we want you to do, and that's the best way to do it. Okay? Now, we offer the Value, Signature, and Elite. I just showed you those specials here at Mallett. Like I said, their best can't even beat our basic. So their best building can't beat our value building, folks. We are truly way ahead of the game on all our competition. We do it better. We are quality. Everything that we do, it's bigger, better, and going to last you a lifetime. All right, now I want to take some of our customers. You know, I kind of went over this last week, but I don't know for some of you that didn't get to watch, I wanted to go over it again. Mr. Linda Merchant, she said, can't wait for our second building. We have been pleased with our first 30 by 40. Thank you, Linda. We appreciate that. Oscar, I'll be building with Mallett, building real soon. We'll be waiting for you, Oscar. We're looking forward to it. Okay, Bridget, just finished our design and contract today. Can't wait to have it. That's awesome. Can't wait to get it for you, Miss Bridget. James Patterson, I wish you served further in Texas. Well, how far are you, James? We go 250-mile radius from this location, and we do a lot of business in Texas. ODUs, we're building their building right now. Can't wait until mine is done, is on that list. Well, you are on the list. Or you done, or you're not done. We're in the process, finally in the process. Arthur Rouse, in line with you guys right now. Construction starting soon. Can't wait to please you. And then Laura Duplantis, ours is in progress. So we got a lot of buildings in process, folks. We want to shout out to a couple of our customers. We appreciate your business. Thank you for doing business with us here at Mallett. All right, now we got Darrell coming up to give you a message. Hold tight.
y'all doing today? I'm Daryl Fussell, the engineer here at Mallett, and I got my purple shirt on in honor of LSU winning the championship. And I want to give a shout out to DandyDon.com if you're an LSU fan. Dandy Don writes an article every day about the Tigers, and he says, "Good morning, Tiger fans. Mission accomplished. The chase for 8 is complete. The Fighting Tigers are national champions." So we're happy about that. We're always happy to watch the LSU Tigers that have a constant pursuit of excellence. And I kind of think that's what Mallett has here too, because Mallett goes the extra mile with their building, the way it's put together. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about what Trent is always talking about when he's talking about the lumber that's used in the trusses. He always says that it's #1 kiln-dried MCA ground-treated lumber. And I wanted to talk about a little bit about what does that mean. And so just break it down. The #1 grade, so there's basically 2 kinds of lumber out there that you can buy at Home Depot or Lowe's, any place, any lumber yard. And it's #1 lumber or #2 lumber. I would say that 99% of all the lumber that's built, that's used in houses, is #2 lumber. And #1 is a better quality of lumber. So whenever they're sorting and stacking the lumber at the yard, if it's got a little bow in it or got some knots in it, they throw it in the 2 pile. And if it's straight without any knots, they put it in the 1 pile. And so we use the #1 stuff, which is more expensive and better. So that's where we're going the extra mile in that regard. And then kiln dried, that signifies that the lumber has been dried in a kiln, a controlled environment that reduces its moisture content. And then the MCA ground treatment, that's the preservative used and its intended application. So what is pressure treated lumber? Well, it's lumber that's been pressure treated. Well, what does that mean? So what they actually do is they put the lumber in this cylinder, and then they close the lid, and it's kind of like, I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember what a pressure cooker was. My mama used to use a pressure cooker, and my grandma used to use a pressure cooker, and it would tenderize meat real quick and cook vegetables real quick, but I don't even know if anybody knows what that is anymore. But anyway, they put it in this big cylinder, and then they turn on a vacuum, and that vacuum kind of opens the cells of the wood. And then they flood that cylinder with the chemical treatment, and the wood literally sucks it up. And so that's why it's called pressure treated. And what the MCA is, it's copper azole, and it's a copper-based wood preservative, and then the ground treated, that indicates that the wood is treated to the point that it can be used in direct contact with the ground. Now, you may be familiar with house construction where the bottom plate of a 2x4 stud wall is pressure treated, and that's the only piece of wood that's pressure treated. Well, in a Mallett building, our posts are pressure treated, our purlins on the wall are pressure treated, and our trusses are pressure treated, and our girts are up on the roof are pressure treated. So the whole thing is pressure treated, excuse me. And so there again, we've gone the extra mile. Now, just to let you know, in case you're curious, so the MCA treated lumber has 2 active ingredients. One of it's copper, and the other one is this other chemical called tebuconazole. And it's used, that chemical is used in fungus medicine, antifungal cream. And so they put the copper with that other medicine, and that's what the wood is treated with. And so they've done tests. Mississippi State University's done tests. Louisiana State University's done tests, and they've shown that this treatment is basically, it turns the wood into the same kind of resistance that you would get from mahogany or cypress or wood that termites just don't like. And so the other thing that I want to tell you real quick in talking about termites, you know, that's the main reason people treat, well, there's two reasons, for rotting and for termite protection. And so if you'll look, this is that list, of this boring list that I just went through. But if you look at this map, you'll see this is an area, this shows the areas of the country where Formosan termites have been found. And you'll notice that there's more blotches in our area than anywhere. And so as a result, that's why the studies have been done by Mississippi State University and Louisiana State University. And so how do you provide a termite resistance frame? And this is from the Southern Pine Association, and it says to provide built-in termite protection, smart property owners are choosing framing packages of preservative-treated lumber. Pressure-treated southern pine is a cost-effective and environmentally friendly material, and that resist attack from all termites, including Formosan. And so one of the slides that Trent was talking about, it had on there peace of mind. And our product is a product that gives you peace of mind because we've got pressure treated number one lumber. And so that's a commitment to excellence. On top of that, the last component of that really gives you peace of mind is our post protectors. Whenever you have that post, the post is in the ground, but the post is encased in a PVC covering that will last a long, long time. And like I said, I think some estimates have been in the hundreds of years. And so that's what we do here at Mallett, and that's a little bit of background of what that stuff means whenever we say MCA ground treated lumber, number one kiln dried. So that's the talk for today. Thanks.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Daryl. That good information. I do want to point out, as our friend Tim Tackett is pointing out, so MCA is what we use. They also sell CCA. That's what you're going to find at a lot of the lumber yards. Okay. CCA lumber can't be used for residential purposes. Why? Because it's toxic. Okay. That's what they used to use back in the day. And a lot of people still, I mean, you go to the lumber yard, you can still buy, that's what you buy when it's kind of that greenish color. When it's that greenish color tint, you're going to know that that's going to be the CCA, which is toxic, okay? So let's get started right here. So a couple of little things we want to go, preventing moisture inside your building. So as you know right now, It's very humid outside and it's very, very hot, folks. It's June, you can tell. Okay, we had all that rain, now it's real hot. So preventing moisture in your building. Inadequate insulation, poor ventilation, and temperature fluctuations continue to condensate issue metal buildings. Okay, now you must understand that heat's going to penetrate through that metal unless you do something about it. And if you buy our Signature or our Elite package, you're going to get what I'm fixing to show you next. But let's just continue here. Humidity from both interior sources like stored items and activity inside the building, and exterior sources, climate conditions affect moisture levels. They're right. So if you have very good insulation in your building, and let's say you have something inside your building that is causing moisture and it can't get out due to ventilation, or some type of heat can't escape, it's going to condensate, right? So be aware of that. You want to protect your boats and all. If that's what you're putting in there, from the fluctuation of moisture, and it can sweat. Okay, a lot of people want to ask that question. Why my building's sweating? Well, I would say the very first thing to do is to add some type of insulation, and we got all kinds. We got two types of insulation: the bubble wrap, which I think I'm going to go over right now. Humidity inside your building: warm, humid air contacts cooler surface such as metal walls or roof. Condensation occurs and moisture in the air converts to water droplets on these surfaces. That's whenever you can have a little sweating going on, folks. Okay, now. This is what I'm talking about. This is bubble wrap. Okay, you're going to have a R7, I believe, on the wall and R10 on the roof. Very, 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 very worth having right here. You're going to get this You're going to get this on the Elite package for sure, and I think it's on the Signature. I'm pretty sure it's on the Signature. And then you're going to have a radiant barrier on this. So this right here, folks, if you're going to add one thing, if you buy our value building, it's not going to come with this. I would suggest upgrading to this 100%. This and post protectors. If you're going to add anything to your value building, you want to add this and post protectors for the reason that Daryl told you earlier. It's added assurance that your posts are going to be, the posts are already treated for termites. But that post protection is going that extra mile, and that's what we like to do here at Mallett. So if you're going to add anything to your building, I would suggest those two items for sure. This bubble wrap insulation, it does wonders, folks. And if you want to come back later, you can spray foam right on top of this. Okay, you don't have to take it out. Some people are going to, comment on this and say, oh no, you got to take it out. No, I promise you, you can leave it in, and you can spray foam right on top of this. Okay, but it acts like as a vapor barrier, blocks moisture on the warm side from and the cooler surface. So this is going to block the wind out. Reflective single bubble radiant barrier that acts as a vapor barrier and insulation. Okay, reflective single bubble radiating. So this is, like I said, R value of 10 on the roof and 7 on the wall. So I was right. Okay, combined with standard spray foam thickness, your spray foam, you're going to get 20.5 or 17 on the walls. So a lot better with spray foam, but you're talking about a lot more expensive. Spray foam is 10 times the amount of the radiant barrier insulation. Okay, if you're just putting a agriculture building in your backyard, I suggest bubble wrap. Okay, it can do the same purpose. All right. Now, basically, that radiant barrier, here's the sun with that foil on the backside. It's going to bounce it off. Okay, some heat will penetrate, but that's where that single layer bubble wrap comes in handy. And you're going to be able to feel the difference. I've been in buildings without this bubble insulation. Okay. And at best, what we're talking about is moisture. It's going to help tremendously with that moisture because it's going to deflect that heat. And if you got anything on the inside and in the morning it's cool in there, and as that sun starts hitting your roof, if you don't have that bubble wrap, it could condensate. Not all of them do, but it could do that. All four rejection, 96, yeah, that's right. So Tim, thank you for that, but yeah, he says it reflects 96% of the radiant energy. He's right, that's basically what this is doing, okay? Now, preventing condensation around windows. There are common areas for condensation because absent of roof and wall insulation. Our solution, double pane windows, which we have here, residential grade windows, which we have here, that's what you get on a Mallett building, filled with argon gas, and that's what you get here. So we go this extra mile. We're going to use window tape, and hopefully if you have bubble wrap, that's going to be butt up right up against there. We're going to tape it with the thing. It's very important, folks, if you're going to add anything to your building, I suggest post protectors and insulation, the bubble wrap insulation. Now, if you got any more questions about the humidity, give me a call. I'll be glad to answer your questions. We got building specialists can answer your questions. Daryl can answer your questions. We'd love to talk to you. Now, let's get into some red flags. Years in business. Doesn't it make sense to know who you're doing business with? Make sure they have the proper licensure. Make sure they have a business license to do business in the state of Louisiana. You'd be surprised at people out there that don't even have a business license, okay? Now, also want to check that they have a contractor's license. Make sure they have a contractor's license. You can find out on the LSLBC, okay? If they're not responsible enough to have a contractor's license, they're probably not responsible enough to build you a building. I'm just saying that could be a red flag. I'm not, for all you people out there that think I'm doing something to our competition, I'm just stating the facts, folks. I'm stating the facts. Now, reviews on the BBB. Look, if you're going to shop for a gadget at your house and you look for a Amazon review, don't you think it's important that whoever's going to build you a building has reviews? I do. I think it's a red flag if they don't. Okay, folks? Just to say. Now, lastly, visit their contractor's facility. We invite you here. We have a shop here. We'd love to let you see how we build your truss. Soon to have the roll form plant. We'd love to take you on that tour. But look, folks, if you are sitting in somebody's front seat of their truck and that's their office, that might be a red flag, folks. They might be a fly-by-night person that's trying to get you for the money right now. They might not be around. And lo and behold, that person give you a 10-year workmanship warranty. That might be a red flag. If they can't get an office facility, I mean, it might be a red flag. Maybe they're not planning to be here for 10 years to give you that workmanship warranty. Just be careful, folks, all right? Because this lady, she might not have known about how to check, where to check. That's why we like to say this. She got hurt. She got hurt for, lots and lots of money from people like this fella, like these two guys, Go with our scorecard, okay? This is factual information. We're not making any of this up. It's factual information. Everybody on here gets an F. I'll go Southern Style, F. Raw Build, F. Precision, F. Well, I think they might get a check now. One check. We need to update theirs. But they still get an F. Ranger Buildings, F. Beck, F. Fortified Sulfur, F. Apache Builders, F. Branded Builders, F. RJM Construction, F. Southern Quality, F. The only people up here with 100% quality and all this is us here at Mallett Builders, folks. We're not making this stuff up. It's factual information. They are trying to say that they build a Mallett building. They just don't do that, folks. We set the standard for post-frame construction, and we will continue to set the standard. We are coming up with better and better stuff, better items, better buildings all the time. We got something coming very soon, new metal that we got coming, and it might, just stay tuned. That's all I can tell you. All right, now let's go over our specials one more time. Just like I said, now's the time to buy. If you're waiting out there, if you're one of these people that are waiting for the right time, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to get any better than this. Y'all need to pull the trigger on this. Let's go over it. 30 by 30 by 12, $19,999. That's $22 a square foot, folks. That's a great price. You got a 30 by 50 by 12 for $29,999. That's $19.99 a square foot. You got a 40 by 60 by 12 for $47,999. That is $19.99 a square foot, folks. These are our value buildings, very aggressive prices. If you out there waiting and think it's going to get any better, I'm telling you, you better jump on this right now. Our building specialists are waiting for you. Now, if you want the best building, our value building is better than our competitors' best. But if you want the Cadillac, the cream of the crop, with all the bells and whistles, the elite package is where you need to be. Why? Because we throw everything in on this building. Now, it's even gotten better. Let me tell you why. You got a 30 by 50 by 12 for $43,998, okay? We're throwing in an electrical package, folks. We're throwing in an electrical package on this deal, worth $7,500 we're giving you on this. This is not gonna last long. You better jump on it, okay? You got a 40 by 50 by 12, $53,950. Electrical package we're throwing in, that's a $10,000 value, folks. This is for real, go check it out. We valued that at $5 a square foot. You go out and find an electrician that's gonna do that for $5 a square foot. I'm telling you, you can't. And the best part is we're throwing it in. It's not gonna cost you nothing for that electrical package. You got a 40 by 60 by 12 for $61,598. Over $12,000 in savings. We're throwing in an electrical package, folks. Now's the time to buy. Don't wait. Don't wait. If you've been waiting for the right time, it's now, folks. Call us. Let's set you an appointment and let's get you locked in. Okay? Now, we'll beat anybody's deal by $1,000, apples to apples. Problem is, we know it's not going to be apples to apples. Why? Let me go through 5 reasons why. Number 1, 2 by 12 headers. That's standard on all of our Mallett buildings. Our competitors just don't do that. They're going to put 2 by 6s or 2 by 8s. Okay? Scissor truss, standard here at Mallett. Our competitors don't do that, folks. 2 by 8 scissor truss. Our competitors for sure won't do that. They might build you a 2 by 6 scissor truss, but they're going to charge you. It's standard here on all of our buildings at Mallett. Cable retention system. Nobody does that but us. Okay, superior than anything you can put rebar in your posts, whatever you want to do. But I'm telling you, it's superior for that uplift protection. We've been through 16 hurricanes. We know. Okay, 26 gauge metal is standard on our buildings here. Our competitors are going to be 29 gauge metal. Okay, now, but we'll beat their building. All right. By $1,000, but I just gave you 5 reasons. I can keep going on. I can add the 4,000 PSI standard concrete that we put on our buildings. Our competitors just ain't gonna do that, folks. Why? Because it costs more money, okay? We add the microfiber in. They're not gonna do that. Why? Because it costs money. It costs about $6, $7 a yard to put microfiber in, extra, okay? And why is that important? Because we know that microfiber is going to fill the whole volume of your concrete. They're going to try to put that little wire mesh in your concrete and hope that it gets in the middle of that slab. Okay, but most of the time, guess what? It sinks to the bottom. All right, now, that's just a few things. The best part was we've been in business for 26 years. We're going to be here for the long haul. We set the standard in post-frame construction. We're a licensed engineer firm right here in Iowa, Louisiana. You met Daryl. He's our engineer staff. We design our buildings here. We build our own truss here. We're soon to roll our own metal here, folks. Quality is controlled by us, and that's the way we know that we can make it right for you. Okay, so we want your business. Come see us. We want to earn it. We want to talk to you. And don't forget, everything that we do is transparent. You're going to get a spec sheet on every quote that we give you. Okay, our competitors are not going to do that. They want to tell you that they have treated lumber. That's how they say, treated lumber. What's treated? We define that for you right here, folks. We tell you everything that's treated. So give us an opportunity to earn your business. I gave you some great specials. You got free electrical packages on elite buildings, the best building in the country. Our value buildings, which is better than their best. Unbelievable prices. Now's the time to buy. Don't forget about if you want to see a building, you want to walk through a building, our building specialist can set you up with somebody close by you. It's our ambassador program. They'll be glad to show you their building, walk through, tell you a little bit about us. They'll tell you, take it from them. They'll tell you the good, bad, and the ugly about us and how we treated them, so we're not telling you. Another customer can tell you. We can set that up for you. We'll make it seamless where you don't have to work for it. Okay? So that's our show today. We really appreciate your business.